Jai Hind. Welcome to GS NEXUS Current Affairs series. In today's session, we will have a detailed discussion on the monsoon session of Parliament. Beginning with the news, the government has announced the schedule for the monsoon session of Parliament beginning from 21st of July. This came against the backdrop of opposition parties' demand to convene a special session of Parliament to discuss Operation Sindoor. Let's now know about sessions of Parliament. The power to convene a session of Parliament rests with the government. The Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs, chaired by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, has recommended the dates. India does not have a fixed parliamentary calendar. By convention, Parliament meets for 3 sessions in a year. The longest, that is the budget session, starts towards the end of January and concludes by the end of April or first week of May. The session has a recess so that parliamentary committees can discuss the budgetary proposals. The second session is the 3-week monsoon session, which usually begins in July and finishes in August. The parliamentary year ends with a 3-week-long winter session, which is held from November to December. In this regard, let's focus on the constitutional provisions. Article 85 Clause 1 of the Constitution empowers the President to summon each House of Parliament to meet at such time and place as he thinks fit, but 6 months shall not intervene between 2 sessions. Prorogation, that is termination of session, is made by the President under Article 85 Clause 2. Prorogation ends a session, while adjournment only ends a particular sitting of the House. Various other similar terms are: first, summoning of houses for joint sitting. Article 108 of Indian Constitution is key in solving legislative deadlocks. It helps when the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha disagree. This provision allows for joint session of Parliament to find a solution. It is summoned by the President and presided by the Lok Sabha. Joint sittings cannot be held for money bill, constitutional amendment bill, or bills related to President's address to Parliament. A simple majority of members present and voting in the joint sitting is required to pass the bill. Second, special session of Parliament. Leaders of the Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance will be meeting in the capital on 3rd June 2025 to present a united front and press for a special session of Parliament to discuss the developments following the terror attack in Pahalgam. The Constitution does not mention the term special session. The President, who summons a regular parliamentary session, will summon this session also as per provisions of Article 85 Clause 1 of the Constitution. Another term is President Address. All executive power is vested in the President of India. The Council of Ministers, headed by the Prime Minister, aids and advises the President, who exercises his powers in accordance to such advice. Article 87 of the Constitution provides 2 instances when the President specially addresses both houses of the Parliament. Firstly, the President of India addresses both the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha at the beginning of the first session after each general election when the reconstituted lower house meets for the first time. Secondly, the President who addresses both the houses at beginning of the first session of each year. The President's speech essentially highlights the government's policy priorities and plans for the upcoming year. The address provides a broad framework of the government's agenda and direction. That's all for today. For more such videos, stay connected with GS NEXUS.